Hey guys, what's going on? It's Alex Vanover back with DIY Alex, and I have such a fun live planned for us today. I have super exciting announcements, and then we are actually going to do a craft together too, because it's just not the same when you go live and you craft. You know what I mean? If you don't have a craft with a live, it's fun to chat, but it's just not the same. So we're going to do all that fun stuff. I'm going to give a couple of moments for everyone to join us, and then we will get started. But in the meantime, I was so spontaneous about my live that I didn't get to share it in advance. So let me go share it over on Facebook so our friends can join us, and then I will get started. So give me just a hot second, but if you are joining us, let me know where you are from and if you can hear me okay and see me okay and all of that fun stuff. Let's hope my live shows up. Yay, it does. Okay, good. You guys, I am so pumped for today's live. Like, so excited. Hey, Jacqueline, thanks for joining me. I'm sharing it in my little group and then also on my page. There we go. All right, and as you can see, I'm wearing a shirt sporting my new logo. I don't know if you guys saw the title of this video, but it is a logo launch party. So I'll give it just another couple of minutes for everyone to come and join us, and then I will explain everything that's going on before we get into the craft, so that if you are just coming here to figure out all the giveaway details, I'll make sure that you have all of that before we dive into the fun stuff. Hey, Ruth, thanks for joining me. Hey, Mackie, I'm glad you're here. Hey, Nicole from South Dakota. Very good. Corey can hear us, and she's from Colorado. Very good. Or I guess I'm making an assumption it's female. Could be a male, Corey. Hi, Carla. Thanks for joining me. Good, good. I'm glad everything sounds good, Mackie. Thanks. Hey, Beverly and Margaret from Florida. And there's Kayla. Hey, Donna. I'm glad you guys are here. Yes, Kayla says it sounds so much better with the rug. So if you guys are following along with me on Facebook and Instagram, you saw that my really fun abstract rug came in yesterday, and it sounds so much better. Plus, I'm using a microphone today, so that always helps. But it was really echoey in here, and it's still a touch echoey. So I have some plans for this back wall, and once I get that wall covered, I think that's really going to take care of it. I think it's just too much hard space exposed, so there's lots of sound bouncing around. But I'm glad it sounds better for you guys. And I'm going to try not to yell at you. When I get excited, you guys know I get really loud, but this microphone's not very far from my mouth, so I'm sorry if I blow out your eardrums. But listen, today's an exciting day, so no promises. You may just have to turn down your volume. Hey, Maritza, I'm glad you're here. Hey, Wendy and Patty and Lisa. So many of you joining me today. I'm so glad. You guys, today is such a fun day, like such a fun day. My nose is still just a touch still stopped up from the last time I went live with you guys. So I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little nasally. It is, but I'm in a much better spot than I was last time, honestly. So I'm really, really thankful for that. Sometimes when you're sick, it feels like you'll literally never be better again. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? You're like, I don't remember a time before I didn't have to blow my nose 35 times a day, and it sometimes feels like it'll never end. So that can be a pain. But I'm so glad so many of you are joining us. Oh, this is going to be so fun. All right, so let's dive into those details, because I want to make sure that you guys know what's going on and you have a just a good grasp on everything, because it's going to be a really big week around here. If you guys were around back in January, we made this donut forget to drink your water cup, and I just washed it out actually like last week and started using it. So I'm super excited to be not forgetting my water. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I'm on my second cup of iced coffee of the day. And I really didn't drink my coffee that much earlier than this morning. So it's funny that I'm drinking two like back to back. That's probably why I'm so hyper. But anyway, okay. Let's talk about the title of this video. So the first part of the title of this video is logo launch party, and that is exactly right. So compared to the logo that you guys will see in the corner of my screen on YouTube and this new logo right here, I have been able to completely rebrand my brand. And so much has changed, and you guys, it is beautiful. Now, I've told you about it if you've been on my lives and stuff like that. It's not a complete secret that my brand has been redone, but I wanted to make it a really fun event for you guys because it's a really big deal to be able to rebrand. Not only is it a pretty sizable investment, it's also just a really big deal to change visually everything that goes into a brand. So I wanted to make sure that we turned this into like a fun event for you guys and an event where we could celebrate together, which is why I'm calling it the Logo Launch Party. So the actual Logo Launch Party is next Tuesday, May 11th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So I wanted to do an evening live for you guys so that more of you can make it. So we're gonna go live. I'm gonna show you a short video of all the new visuals that I have, and then we're gonna do a craft together, and I'm gonna announce all of the winners of the giveaway, which is the other part of the title of this video. So I'm sure you guys probably saw that. So Kayla, if you're still here, if you will drop the link to the giveaway, that would be amazing. You can also find the link to the giveaway in the description of this video. Excuse me, guys, sorry. I haven't talked this much in a little while, so my voice is a little and struggling a little bit. But this giveaway is going to be massive because you guys know whenever I do a giveaway, I don't do them that often, but when I do them, I go big or go home. So there are 5 prizes to this giveaway, and there's going to be 1 winner for each prize. So there's going to be a total of 5 winners. It's totally free to enter, no purchase necessary or anything like that. It's basically just a bunch of opportunities to visit me on social media, follow me on those platforms if you're on them and you haven't already, and that's basically it. It's through a platform called Rafflecopter, and I did take a video for you guys, but it was being a little bit of a pain. So I did take a video showing you guys how to enter in case you're having problems. And you can see that video over on Facebook. I'll post it later today in case you want to make sure that all of your entries are counted. But you can only enter that giveaway 1 time. There are 6 different ways to enter, and Rafflecopter will walk you through the whole thing. And then at the end of that, I will choose 5 winners. And so the way that that's going to work, so I did not put pictures for any of the giveaway items on the page. You can read what the title of the giveaway is, but I'm going to be revealing to you a different giveaway item starting tomorrow all the way through Monday. So 1 a day, I'm going to show you what the next giveaway item is because I wanted you guys to have a little more fun and anticipation with that. And then on Tuesday, May 11th, the giveaway closes at 5 p.m. Eastern time. And then the live is at 8 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday, May 11th. So that gives me a couple hours to draw all the winners from Rafflecopter. And then I want to make some graphics on my Switcher Studio so that I can put your guys' names on the screen. Because I know sometimes with a live, it can be really hard if you're not right there in that exact moment to hear all the winners. So I want to be able to put it all on the screen for you guys so it's really, really easy to see. Yeah, Catherine said the first day of school, she feels like that with all the talking. I know, and it's something that you just have to get used to, and I used to be really used to it, but I feel like I've been doing so much like brain work lately, I haven't done as much talking. And Instagram stories are only like 15 seconds, so I don't have to talk for quite as long. Oh, thank you. Kayla said she absolutely loves my new branding. So yeah, you guys have probably seen my new branding. It's not a complete secret. This is actually my main logo that I have on my shirt today. I put my sub logo on my Amazon store. You guys will see it if you join our Facebook group. You'll see that there's a like my new logo is in the center of that. So there's a lot of places where I've already converted it over, but I just wanted to make it a big fun event because, so I didn't finish what I was saying because y'all know, I just like chase a billion rabbits whenever I do these lives. So not only is it a really big deal to be able to redo my brand because you guys have been following along and you guys are the reason why I could make the investment in my brand. But the reason that brand strategy is so helpful when you get to this point is because I was able to really dig deep within myself and kind of figure out what I want out of my business and where I want to take you guys. So it helped give me a more clear path for how I want to serve you, what I want to do with our time together, and how I want to keep making tutorials and content for you guys that's going to serve you the best way. So it's really a mutually beneficial thing for me to be able to redo my brand. But I wanted to do the giveaway as a really fun to thank you for you guys, because I'm so grateful for all of you being here, joining my lives, commenting and interacting with my content, even just, anything. I love messaging with you guys when you have issues. I love walking you through that. I love interacting with you guys because I really feel like it's my purpose. And that really gives me so much energy whenever I'm, working on things or interacting with you. It gives me so much energy and so much joy to be able to interact with all of you. And so I want to say thank you for being here with this giveaway, but I also want to celebrate with you and do something really, really fun. So that's how this all fits together. Like I said, there are 5 different prizes, and I hope you guys are excited about it. I've been saving up these prizes for a little while because I've had them for a little while in my craft room, but I wanted to wait and use it for just the right time, just the right thing. And so I decided to wait and do it really, really big with this one. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's true. Kayla posted a picture of one of the mugs we made with our mug press that has my new logo on it. Yes, 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 yes. So, that's okay, Mia. You can go back and watch the replay, but I'll briefly summarize it really, really fast, and then we'll get into this fun craft, because I don't want us to take up our entire afternoon, but I still wanted to be able to give you guys all the information. So between now and next Tuesday, which is Tuesday, May 11th, we are doing a really fun giveaway. There are 5 prizes and 6 ways to enter. You'll want to use the Rafflecopter link that Kayla put in the comments. In fact, I think I can pin this comment. Yeah, so I'll pin Kayla's comment that has the Rafflecopter link in it. You can also find it in the description of my video. So make sure that you guys enter that. And then make sure that you're checking my Facebook and Instagram social media every day, starting tomorrow all the way through the rest of the week, because I'm going to be showing you a picture of one of each of the prizes every day. So that way you can fully see and fully reveal all of the prizes. And that's going to be super fun. And then Tuesday, May 11th, the giveaway closes at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So that'll be your last opportunity to enter the Rafflecopter giveaway. And then after that, at 8 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday, May 11th, we will go live together. I will have all the winners already drawn, and so I will put them all up on the screen so you guys can see them, and then we'll do a fun craft together. I'll show you all of my new branding in just a really quick, really fun way. I don't want to make it too boring or anything, but I'll show you all my new logos, because there's more than one, my color scheme, my mood board, all the really fun stuff that goes into branding, and I'll talk a little bit about some of the things I figured out with branding and stuff. It was really fun. And then after that, we'll do a craft together and just have a good time. I'll probably bring some wine, because you guys know, usually whenever I do later lives, that tends to happen. So I'll probably bring a drink, and it'll just be fun. We'll hang out together and do some fun stuff. And the reason that this is such a big deal is because the visual part of the branding is really fun and really exciting to be able to get to redo. It looks a lot more professional and just well thought out. So I'm really thankful that you guys are here, because you guys are the reason I was able to invest in my new branding. But branding is also really important because it allows me to get clarity on what I want out of my business, which means it also taught me how I can get closer to serving you better, to figuring out what I want to do with our time and how I can get the most out of my time and make you guys the most excited and teach you the most and serve you the best. So it's a really big deal. It's really fun. I want to do the giveaway to say thank you, and I want to do the logo launch party next Tuesday to make sure that we have a ton of fun together and we turn it into a celebration, because it really is. I mean, there's been so much happening around DIY Alex the last few months, and it's really all because of you guys. And I'm so thankful for that. So thank you for being here and being a part of my crafty fam. And this is part of the way I want to give back to you and say thank you for doing that. Plus, I love doing giveaways where there's multiple winners. This time, since the prizes were a little bit smaller than the heat press that I gave away back in December, I was able to do multiple winners. I even got a couple of companies involved. So if you go to the Rafflecopter link, you'll be able to see the text description of the prizes, and then I'll show you on social media every day what the prizes look like the best that I can, because there's one that I don't have here in person, but I'll show it to you as close as I can. So I hope that answers all your questions. I'm so excited about the logo launch party. It's going to be so much fun. And yeah. Hey, Becky, it's good seeing you again too. Oh, good question. Kayla says, what social media pages are you posting the pictures? So that'll be my DIY Alex Facebook page and my DIY Alex Instagram. So both of those are linked in my description. If you're not already following me there, I would love to have you over there, and I'll be showing those once a day, every day. I don't exactly know what time or anything like that, but I've got some good stuff going. I'll be posting on TikTok every day, though I don't know that I'll be putting the prizes on TikTok. It kind of depends. But yeah, I hope that answers all your questions. I'll give you guys a minute to ask your questions in the comments if there's anything I left out. Oh, there is something really important I wanted to tell you about giveaways. But first, let me take a drink of coffee. So one really important part about these giveaways, I don't know if you guys, how active you are on social media, but I have noticed that for pretty much any major person who does giveaways, there are always a lot of fake spam profiles that get created using their name in order to send people DMs and try to send them spam and tell them they want a giveaway so that they'll fill out their information. So I want to tell you guys straight from me, I will never, ever, ever ask for your information through social media. The reason that I use Rafflecopter is because I want you guys to enter your email and then I will communicate with you via email. So the way that the giveaway will work is I'll draw those 5 winners between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. next Tuesday, and then I'll email all of you from my email address, which is diyalexvanover@gmail.com, and then you'll have 24 hours to respond to me with your address, and that's how you're going to claim your prize from me. So we will not be doing anything on social media. I may tag you on my pages depending on if I can find your profile, but I'm never going to ask for your information via social media. So if anyone does that, please let me know because it is not me. I definitely wouldn't do business that way. That's right, Shonda. Gotta have that coffee. Absolutely. Hey, Lauren, I'm glad you're here. So that's the way that the giveaway is going to be conducted. So you'll have 24 hours from whenever I email you on May 11th, and then you'll just want to respond to me and let me know that you got my email with your address so that I can ship out your prizes, or whatever prize you won. And yeah, so I wanted to say that I don't do a ton of giveaways, so I've never had anyone that I know of make a fake profile and try to impersonate me, but I've just seen that happening a lot with some of the bigger influencers, and I don't know if it'll happen to me, but I wanted to tell you that straight from me so that you're never caught up in a scam. Let's see, Shonda said, can you see my things that I typed? Yes, Shonda, I can see your messages. Yeah, I know it can be a little confusing sometimes, and sometimes YouTube's a little funky with its stuff, but I can see everything you're saying. Darlene, whenever you sign in through your Facebook, it's using the email that your Facebook uses. So you'll get an email from me using the email that Facebook uses, if that makes any sense, Darlene. So that makes it a lot easier. Does that make sense? So whatever email address is on your Facebook account, make sure that you're watching it. I'm also going to announce the winners live. If you catch me live on Tuesday evening, you'll also see the names pop up. But I'll be able to verify, like say for example, say there was a second Kayla Norton that entered the giveaway, I would know which Kayla Norton it was based on the email address too. So there's lots of ways to double verify it, but that's why I keep all of the winner announcements off of social media for the most part, like the official stuff, so that we don't ever get dragged into any scams. No one thinks that it's me asking for information because the only thing I need is your shipping address. That's it. And of course you guys know it's safe with me. So no worries about anything like that. So yeah, and if you don't know what email address your Facebook uses, make sure that you go check that out because that might be some information. Might be some information that you've forgotten if you signed up a long time ago like I did. So make sure that you go check that out. So yeah, that's it. And so one thing we're going to do today, and the craft we're going to do, is we're going to be screen printing my sub logo. So this is my main logo. It has DIY Alex, and then it has my slogan underneath. It says Cricut Crafts and Southern Sass, because what's a better slogan for me than that? I mean, come on. Cricut Crafts and Southern Sass. That's the best. So we're going to be using my secondary logo or my sub logo to screen print it on a shirt, and I'll get your guys' feedback on which color to use with the shirt that I chose, and it's going to be super, super fun. Yes, Connie. So if you end up signing up with the giveaway through Rafflecopter, then the email address that you use via Facebook is what it will give me when I choose you as a winner. So make sure that you know what email address you're using, and then I'll be able to contact you using that. So just check out the email that you have registered to your Facebook account. Hey, Bella, I hope you're excited. Yes, thank you, Kayla. So we recently I started a Facebook group for all kinds of Cricut crafters for fun, for inspiration, with all of that fun stuff. So if you guys want to join us, make sure that you do. You know what, Kayla, that's a good question. Let me grab the link to that real quick, and I will throw that in the comments. Bella, you can enter the giveaway using your name and an email address. So whenever you go on to Rafflecopter, guys, just click the link, and it's really, really intuitive, I promise. When you go to Rafflecopter, in order to sign up, you can either sign up through Facebook or you can sign up through your email. Whichever one you want to do is totally fine. So, yeah, okay. All right, guys, so let's get started with this fun craft because this is going to be super fun. I haven't done a regular old screen printing video in a long time, so I'm really excited to do this with you. So let me switch you over to my overhead camera and we will get started. So let's see, I'm going to be using my big screen. This is my 12-inch by 18-inch screen, and this looks really crooked on there. Hello. Sorry for the big shadow. That's my iPad just being in the way. There we go. All right, so this is my 12-inch by 18-inch screen. This is my favorite size that I like to use with screen printing because then I have tons of room outside of the shirt to be able to see. So, and I'm going to be turning it sideways because I'm going to be using my bigger squeegee. So it just kind of depends on what you have, you know, available to you. You can use any size screen and you can always make it work. It's just a little bit easier with a larger screen. So guys, you do not need Facebook in order to join the giveaway. You can sign up through Facebook, but you don't have to have it. So if you guys, oh, thank you. I did my nails last night. I was so excited to craft with you guys. I ended up doing my nails. So these are Color Street nails. I love these things. Okay, so this is the screen I'm going to be using, but we're going to actually put this out of the way. And I want your guys' help deciding colors. So I'm going to be using this colored shirt. I think it's called like raspberry, maybe. It's kind of like a raspberry cranberry color. And cranberry is one of my sub colors in my brand. So I kind of wanted to stick to the same brand specific stuff. And I wanted to see what color you guys thought I should do my logo in. So there's a gold option, black, or white. And the white will probably have a little bit of like a distressed, kind of more transparent look to it, but I still think it's going to be super fun. So I'll set my squeegee out of the way. So let me know what color you guys think I should do with this ink on this color shirt. What's going to stand out the best? Because that's what sometimes I have trouble with this part too, when I'm like, oh gosh, what's going to look really good? So let me know whether you think gold, black, or white ink on this colored shirt while I weed my design. So I'll leave all those there, kind of in the corner so you guys can see. Now I've got a full sheet with my logo cut out. And so I didn't show you guys this part, but it's really super simple. And I have lots of full tutorials on screen printing. So if that's something you want to try and you're unsure about it, then you can always go back and watch my tutorials kind of from start to finish. This is going to be kind of an abbreviated version. So all I did is I cut my sub logo out of StarCraft HD, which is just permanent adhesive vinyl, and then I did mirror it. So that's the other thing I did that's different. I mirrored it. Ooh, you guys are liking gold. Kayla said, is blue an option? No, I want to make sure that it'll be able to be seen, and the only blue that I have is really bright. Oh, and something is ringing. One of my phones is ringing. Okay. There we go. All right, sorry guys. I've never seen that happen before. Okay, so you guys are saying mostly gold votes for gold, but then white is second best. So all I've done, like I said, is cut this out on my Cricut. I mirrored my design, and I'm going to weed out the parts you would normally keep. So you guys will see my sub logo kind of be revealed to you as I weed it out. So, and this is just like you would with any stencil. You're just going to remove the parts of the vinyl that you would normally apply, because we're going to let all the ink pass through those areas to screen print onto our shirt. Yes, I think that we're getting the most votes for gold. So gold's probably what we'll go with. Super, super fun. And y'all, I may have to run off camera and get a tissue. I meant to do that before I got started, and then I forgot. I got so excited, and then I kind of forgot to do that. So I may have to take care of that. We'll see. Do you guys like the little heart over DIY? I think it's so cute. And then I love my sub logo because I love the way that it says Cricut Crafts and Southern Sass all the way around the circle. It's so stinking cute. It's a little hard to see, but you guys will see it as it's kind of revealed over here. But I also really like that this is a simple one color design. If you guys are beginners, I really recommend that you start with something simple. You know, you guys probably know that with crafting, it can kind of be the downfall of all of us to want to do the prettiest, most fancy design from the very beginning. But sometimes that can be the death of us, right? Because we don't really know what we're doing just yet. And so I'm a big proponent of starting simple and then getting more complex, if that makes sense. And so with screen printing, I really recommend that you guys just start out with a one color design and then you get more fancy. But I do have tutorials on how to do multiple colors using registration marks on my channel. Oops. So the center of my R is being a little bit stubborn. There we go. There we go. So it's really important that you pay attention as you weed when you screen print so that any centers of your letters don't get lost. Markia said, is screen printing permanent? Good with watching? Absolutely, Markia. So the way that that works is that screen printing with vinyl is permanent after you heat set it. Okay, guys, so we're going to do something. I did this with my other things too. Well, maybe I'll try. Okay, so see how that A, I don't know how well you guys can see that, but the center of that A is super duper tiny. And so I might try to fish it out, but if it doesn't make it onto the screen print, it's no big deal. Okay, can you guys hear me okay? That keeps happening where my camera keeps wanting to be a little bit of a jerk. Can you guys hear me? I'm so sorry, Markia. What I was saying is that, yes, screen printing is permanent after you heat set it. So you have to heat set it first after it's dry, and then it's totally good to go with washing it. It's totally durable. In my experience, it's just as durable as HTV, which is really, really nice. And I'll tell you guys, people ask me a lot why I would choose screen printing over anything else. And there's a few reasons why I like it. I like it because if you are one of those people or you have someone in your life who doesn't like the texture of HTV on their shirts, some people complain that it feels plasticky or thick. Screen printing ink is what we're going to be using, but it feels a lot like paint once it gets on the shirt. It's not the same thing as paint. But it has the same texture as paint on the shirt. So it's super, super thin. It's also really cost effective if you're going to be making a lot of shirts of the same design. That's another great reason to screen print. So let's say you were making a shirt, a set of shirts for like a family reunion or a bachelorette party, and you were making all the same design, just different shirts, then screen printing is way cheaper than HTV because you're only using, you know, 1 or 2 sheets of vinyl and you're getting a ton of shirts out of it compared to so many sets of HTV. Plus, you only have to weed it once and then you put it on the screen and then you can use it over and over again. So another question that I get a lot with screen printing is, how many times can you use this one vinyl stencil on the shirts? So the answer to that question is that honestly, it depends on how fast you work, because you can keep using the same screen over and over again until the ink begins to dry. And then after that, you have to rinse off the screen, take off the stencil and redo it. So you can't use it over and over again from project to project, but in the same project, you can make multiple shirts, if that makes sense. I know that can be a little bit confusing. Thanks, Dion. I love it too. So you guys will see it this is obviously mirrored so that I can put it on the back of the screen. But this is my sub logo. It says DIY Alex, Cricut Crafts, and Southern Sass. So stinking cute. All right, Shonda, she said she has to go, so we will see you later. Yes, and someone, thank you. Bye, Shonda. And thank you, Kayla, for answering that. Somebody asked me about this little berry. This is my iVine weeding berry that I actually have linked in the description of this video. It is from Amazon. I get a lot of questions about this little guy, and I love this thing. It's silicone, so it's super easy to open up and clean out. I love this little guy. All right. So you guys, I'm going to take just a second and hop off the screen. I got to get a tissue and I got to get my phone working. People keep calling me for some reason. Spammers love to call me 95 times a day. So my other phone stopped working. So give me just a second. I will be right back. I'm just going to go grab a tissue and fix my phone. So hang tight for me. Actually, I'm going to take my microphone with me, so it might change sound for a second. Ugh, okay. Let's see if we can fix it. I cannot stand spammers, you guys. That drives me crazy. I hate how they call us 95 times a day. Yay, okay, it's back. It's back. We fixed it. But the spammers really, hang on. They really they really trip up my phone because I use two different phones to do this live setup, and my phone gets really confused when it gets a phone call while I'm doing a live stream. Oh, thank you, Donna. I'm so glad you guys love it. Okay, so now that we are here, we have this weeded. Next, it's time to apply it to our screen. So I'm going to take you guys both, Nope. I'm going to take you guys back up to my overhead camera, and I'll show you how to do that. All right, so I've got this here. Next, we need to apply some transfer tape to our screen. So what I like to do with this step is I like to lay out my transfer tape on the table and actually stick it to the table, because you actually want the least tacky transfer tape you can possibly get when it comes to screen printing, because it makes it a lot easier to get the vinyl off of the backing and onto the screen. All right. Shonda said she had to come back to know when my next live is. So Shonda, it will probably be this coming Tuesday, May 11th, for the logo launch party. So make sure that you join us there to see if you won any of the giveaways and all that kind of stuff. All right, guys, sorry if this is a little bit loud. I'm going to pull this out. And so I like to stick it to the table just like this and remove any extra stick. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to lay my vinyl right on top. Yes, Shonda, the drawing is Tuesday, May 11th. So then I'm going to lay my vinyl on top of my transfer tape, trying to get as few bubbles as possible. So I'm going to start it over here on this side and then gradually lay it down going in this direction. That is usually the best way to get as few bubbles as we can. And then I'm going to cut it off, my transfer tape roll. All right. You're welcome, Shonda. We'll see you then. Okay, so with this step, I actually don't like to use a squeegee. I like to just actually use my hands to burnish over top of the vinyl, because I have just found that this kind of gives the least stick onto the transfer tape, because like I said, if you guys have ever seen my other screen printing videos, sometimes it's really tricky to get the vinyl off the screen, so you do not want to get it overly stuck to the transfer tape. So we'll get this gold ink out, and I'll put these other two aside. And next we're going to apply the vinyl to our screen. So let me show you why I'm going to go sideways with my screen, because this is a little bit unique. So the reason I'm going sideways with my screen is because I'm going to use my really, really big squeegee. And I like being able to take one pass at the whole design at once. I just find that that gives me better results. But if I use the squeegee this way, do you guys see how it doesn't really fit down in my screen very well? It's a super tight fit, and that does not work. So when I'm using this size of squeegee, I just like to turn my screen like this, and then that way I can get it all in one fell swoop. Okay? So I'm going to flip this over, and the reason that we mirrored our vinyl, or our cut of vinyl, is so that we can actually put it on the back of the screen. So the next thing I need to do is remove the backing from my vinyl. Y'all, I didn't realize how nasally I still sounded until I was talking to all of you. You know what I'm talking about? I don't really listen to myself, that much. But now that I'm hearing you guys talk, I'm so sorry you have to listen to me be so nasally. Okay, so this is something you have to watch out for. I'm going to zoom you guys in real quick. I'm going to try to show you. Do you guys see that little piece of vinyl coming up from my R? So you want to watch for things like this, and whenever you have that, you just want to lay the backing back down on the vinyl and kind of rub it back in. Kayla says to go with white. You guys, I thought we were on the same page. I thought we were doing gold. What's happening? All right, we'll get there in just a second. Let me get all this off. Oh, see, the little pieces of the and almost peeled right off. So sneaky. And I mean, if you pull the whole thing off before you realize that that's happening, you can still fix it. It's just a lot easier if you pay attention the entire time so that, you know what I mean? You can fix it like in real time without having to go back. And some of that will happen because we didn't use a squeegee in this case, but honestly, I would rather deal with the backing being a goofball than trying to pry my vinyl off of my off the transfer tape, because I have definitely been there. Okay, so now we have the backing free. We're going to move it to the side. And so now we have the back of our screen with the face side up. So you know the front and the back because the front of the screen says Speedball, which is the brand. And then flip this way. Mia said, gold, Alex. Haha, would I steer you wrong? No, you guys don't do this to me. Don't pit me against each other. That's not fun. That's not fun. That's hilarious. Actually, Mia was one of the ones who messaged me and convinced me to do the abstract rug. And I messaged her yesterday and I was like, yep, you were right. Okay, so now I'm gonna just lay this on my screen, and it doesn't have to be perfectly centered or anything, but you wanna lay it down with as least bubbles as possible. So that's really, really important when it comes to screen printing, because you wanna have a really good contact with anywhere around the stencil on the screen. So we were able to lay it down really, really nicely. And one of the reasons why I like to center my stuff and put it in the middle of the vinyl is because we're actually gonna have to tape the sides so that we don't get any ink out the sides. You don't have to use an entire sheet of vinyl like I do. You could totally leave it up in the corner the way that Design Space normally does it. But for me, that just means that I have to tape more. So that's why I prefer to use the whole sheet of vinyl. So that's just a personal preference thing. You don't have to do that, but that's the way that I prefer to do it. So now that we have the vinyl on the screen, we'll go ahead and use a squeegee, and we'll actually burnish or rub the squeegee over top of everything. So again, I'm sorry for the funky noises. You may want to mute your microphone for a second because this can sound kind of funky. But we just want to make sure we get really good contact between the vinyl and the screen, because that is the key to having a good print. Oh no, now you guys are tied again. There's 2 of you advocating for gold and 2 of you advocating for white. What am I going to do? Okay. I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to flip this back over, and now we're going to peel the transfer tape off of the backing. And now that you guys, we're done with all the bad noises. So if you guys want to turn your microphones back up, you can now. Okay, guys, somebody break the tie, because now I've got 2 for gold and 2 for white again, and I don't know what to do. I was leaning toward gold, but now I need someone to break the tie. So someone tell me in the comments what to do, okay? All right, now we're going to go ahead and you just pull this back. And of course, you want to watch for the same thing that you did with the vinyl. You want to watch for the little centers of the letters to come up with the vinyl, or excuse me, with the transfer tape. Beautiful. That was nice and easy. Oh my gosh, there's 2 more of you. Debbie says gold and Laura says white. That's still even. Okay, well, Mia, you can't vote again. All right, Tammy votes for gold. Oh my gosh, and now Dion is going. Well, Dion, you already voted, right? I think you did. Yes. All right, we're doing gold. Stephanie broke the tie. It's gold. Psh, that's what we're doing. You guys are hilarious. Okay, so let me show you my full sub logo. Y'all, look how cute this is. It says Cricket Crafts and Southern Sass around the side. You can still see my sunflower project on the front of my screen, which happens a lot whenever you use black ink, so don't worry about that. As long as the actual pores of the screen are not clogged, you're fine. White times 3. You guys are so funny. We're doing gold. That's final. Oh, you guys are hilarious. I love you. I missed you all. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and lay our shirt out. So the only thing I forgot to do on this one, because I really didn't have enough space, is that sometimes, that's a more accurate statement. Sometimes what I like to do, and I show you guys this in my multiple screen printing multiple shirts video, and this shirt's a little wrinkly, but we're going with it, friends. So what I like to do sometimes is, if I can, I'll put a dot 3 inches above the design on the vinyl, and then I'll put a little sticker on the collar of my shirt, and that just helps me really line it up. I forgot to do that, and I really don't have enough. Oh my God, you guys are hilarious. Gold, gold, gold. All right, we're doing gold, and if I hate it, then you guys can rub it in my face, okay? I give you full permission. Kayla says green. No, we're not doing this. You guys, you're killing me, Smalls. So we're just going to have to wing it with the design. So typically, you guys know, the goal would be to put the design 3 inches down. And this is pretty centered on the screen, so I don't think that part's going to be super hard. So that's like, so we have to keep in mind that there's about this much gap already between the design and the shirt, and the collar. So I'm just going to scoot it down just a hair. I think we're going to put it like that. Oh, guys, I have to tape. What am I saying? I have to tape because I'm going crazy. Okay, so before we line it up, we got to tape it. So I'm going to use painter's tape, and I'm going to go along the sides like this, and that just covers it so that if we get any ink on the screen, it's not going to get onto our shirt. You guys are so funny. Oh, I love you all. You're funny. Okay, so I have a couple of different sizes of painter's tape, and the wider that the painter's tape is, the less strips of tape you have to use. So if you can find like the big thick rolls of it, honestly, that's what I prefer. I think masking tape would also work for this too. Okay, Donna, you want to see what gold looks like? Oh, Roberta says silver. You're right, Roberta. I don't have any silver ink though. I should get some. This is what the gold looks like with the raspberry. And here's what the white looks like. But see, the white's a little bit more, what's the word? A little bit less opaque, and the gold is a little bit stronger, so I think it's going to be able to see better. You're going to be able to see it better. Thanks, Sherry. Yeah, silver would be awesome. I wish I had silver. I need to order some more ink. As if I need one more thing to order. Oh, speaking of more things to order, what a great segue. 143 Vinyl does... 143 Vinyl is having kind of a spontaneous sale that they announced during their live this afternoon, and they are doing 15% off of faux leather. So if you want to try the 143 Vinyl faux leather that I adore, you can get the faux leather 15% off with the code leather15. So that's fun. Kayla, I sent you that. Did I send you that link? I think I did. Kayla said I'll just make mine white then. There you go, Kayla. Do it on a green shirt and make it white. So I am excessive, and I like to tape all the way to the sides. Honestly, guys, our squeegee is not going to be that wide, so you probably really don't have to go like all the way to the sides. I'm just a little excessive, and I really, really hate the idea of getting any ink on my shirt and messing it all up. Dion's changing her vote to gold. Well, there you go. See, Dion, I told you. And Debbie says gold would stand out more. I agree, Debbie. That's why we're going to do gold. Thank you, Kayla. So if you guys want to grab some faux leather with the code leather15, Kayla just dropped that link for you guys. That's only until midnight Eastern time tonight. Oh, you guys. So well, okay, I'm not going to say that because I don't think it happened for sure. I don't know for sure that Katie announced her new position at 143 Vinyl, but I'm so excited for her. Debbie Hill, didn't you watch the live? Did Katie make her announcement today? I think she did. And if she did, I'll talk about it. But if not, I'm not going to. So I don't want to steal her fun. So I'm just adding more tape, and you want to make sure that the lines do overlap a little bit. In a couple of my videos, you guys will see I get ink in between the lines on the screen, or in between the tape lines. And if you do that, if you do get any ink anywhere on the screen on the shirt that you don't mean to, you can actually just dab it up with like a washcloth and soap and water does the trick. Like a lot of people, I get a lot of comments about that because I do it in 2 of my videos because my tape wasn't overlapping enough. But honestly, guys, it's really, really simple. You literally just take a wet washcloth, soap and water, and dab at the area that you got ink on, and it comes right up as long as it's still wet. So you do have to do it very, very quickly, but it's really not a big deal. Yeah, and Dion, it's really, so it is technically, the white is technically classified as opaque fabric ink. It's just that in my experience, I have noticed that it's not as opaque as like it could be, if that makes sense. So on the darker colors, I think we're just going to stick with the gold and see what happens. Okay, and the other thing I want to warn you guys about is that I will have to move kind of quickly after I do the screen print. I can't stick around that much longer because I have to go wash my screen. Otherwise, my screen will get stained. So I just want to warn you so that if I get off kind of abruptly, you're not confused. Yeah, Debbie, I think so. Oh, great question, Megan. You can go to the pinned comment by Kayla Norton. That's the Rafflecopter link, and Kayla's link will take you to where you enter the giveaway. So great question. Okay, yeah, okay, Debbie, I think you're right. So we're just going to talk about it because I'm like 98% sure that it's fine. So finally, 143 Vinyl got someone in their office to officially replace the marketing coordinator position, which is what I used to do at 143 Vinyl, and that is going to be Kate Ross, and I'm literally so excited. They called me yesterday to tell me that Katie officially got it, and I'm literally so happy that that happened because Katie and I always talked about working together, and even though we didn't get to work in the same department together, I'm so happy for Katie. Or Kate. She goes by Kate on the internet because she spells her name Katye. People get really confused, but I always call her Katie because that's what I called her when we worked together. But anyways, I'm so happy for her. I'm so excited. I think it's going to be so helpful for 143 to have someone dedicated to doing that. Yes, and thank you, Kayla. She dropped the Rafflecopter link once again. So before I screen print, I'm going to do a really quick recap of everything that's going on because I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to have to kind of split after I do this. Or after I actually make the print because I got to go wash the screen off real fast. But here's what's happening. So I rebranded, I'm getting a new logo, new visuals, all that kind of stuff. And I want to celebrate because part of the reason I was able to do it is because of all of you. And I love you all dearly. So we are going to do a giveaway to thank all of you for being here. And you can enter that giveaway by going to the link that going to the Rafflecopter link that Kayla is dropping in the comments. It's also in the description of this video if you watch this later. And yeah, so make sure you go enter that giveaway. You can enter the giveaway starting today all the way through Tuesday, May 11th at 5 p.m. Eastern time. That's when the giveaway ends. So make sure that you go enter it. You can only enter it once, so don't worry about, going back a bunch. I'm going to be showing you guys the prizes on my Facebook and Instagram, one per day starting tomorrow all the way through the week. So if you want to see an actual picture of the things that you're winning, you'll see it on my social media. And then at 8 p.m. on Tuesday, May 11th, so 3 hours after the giveaway closes, I'm going to do a logo launch party live here on YouTube where I'm going to announce all of the winners. We're going to have a ton of fun. What I'm going to do yet, but we're going to do another craft of some kind, probably with my logo. And it's just going to be a really fun time for us to hang out. I'm also going to quickly show you all my new visuals. So they're not really a secret because as you guys can see, I'm already showing them to you, but I'm going to show them to you kind of all at once. I'm going to do like a recorded video and play it over top of our live so that you guys can see a quick review of all of my new visuals, and then we'll announce the giveaway winners. We'll craft. It'll be fun. You could bring a drink. I'll probably bring a drink because it's 8 o'clock on a Tuesday, so why not? And yeah, it's just going to be really fun. So that's all the fun stuff that we have happening. Yeah, Kayla, I know. Isn't that so exciting for her? I'm so excited for Katie. Oh, I'm so happy. Anyways, so yeah, that's all the fun stuff we got going on. That's why we're doing the screen printing today. And yeah, make sure you check my social media. If you're watching this on the replay, the best place to probably get a lot of this information would be my Facebook, my Instagram, TikTok, something like that would be the quickest way to reach me, because sometimes I only get to check my YouTube comments every couple of days. So you can always comment, but I may not see it as quickly as if you just send me a message on social media. And all of my social media is linked in the description of this video. So I'm super easy to find. I would love to have you guys join all of my Crafty Fam communities, whether that's on my Facebook page, my Instagram, my Facebook group now, my TikTok, all of those places. And of course on YouTube too. That's always fun. Oh, you guys, there's the token lawnmower starting in my neighborhood. I always joke there's either basically someone mowing their lawn or a train going by whenever I have the camera turned on, and there's our token lawnmower starting up from one of my neighbors. Right, Sherry said drinking, crafting, and fun. Like literally, what more could you ask for, honestly? Yes, and just so much fun stuff. Ooh, do you guys want like a little tour of my craft room too? Because I normally don't like flip things around and show you because things are a little crazy right now. But next Tuesday, do you guys want like a little baby tour, or have you seen enough of it? Let me know in the comments real quick, and then we'll do this, then we'll screen print. Let me know in the comments. This iced coffee is everything, you guys. I make my iced coffee at home. I literally, like, not that this is a sales pitch because it's not, but literally, so I have a Ninja coffee maker, and there's probably nothing that is worth as much money to me as my Ninja coffee maker. It's like $90 or $100 or something, but I'm telling you, life changer. Because I did not have time to go to Dunkin' today, which I did talk about and thought about doing. Since I didn't have time to go to Dunkin', I made my own iced coffee, and it is the bomb. Yeah, okay. Cool. Yeah, you guys want a tour. Okay. Sherry, you're so cute. She said, yes. Okay, well, good. Then I'll probably take another little video. And if you guys have been on my last few lives, you've seen that like I'm able to play videos over top of the live. So I'll go ahead and try to do something like that for you guys by next week. And it may not be, everything might not be perfect, but you'll be able to get a new idea because or I could just do it live, but then it gets complicated with mics and stuff like that. So I'll just probably record a video, but that way you guys can see. So in case you guys are new around here, I just recently, like 2 weeks ago, redid my complete craft room. I painted the walls a different color. They're still purple, which they were before too. And I got new flooring. I added a rug. So a lot of my furniture is the same. Well, all my furniture for right now is the same, but I redid all the bones in my craft room. And you guys, I have not told you this yet, but I have some really fun plans for this back wall. You guys are going to freak out. It's going to be so good. I haven't done it yet because it's going to take a while when I get to do it, but whoo, I got plans. About 60 feet of, I was almost going to say 60 yards, 60 feet of StarCraft SD vinyl, if that tells you that I'm about to put something on this wall. It's going to be so fun. Yeah, I did enable Kayla to buy a Ninja coffee maker because she saw one at my house, and I gave you guys the same pitch. I love making coffee that I love at home because, first of all, obviously it's convenient. But secondly, even though I do love Starbucks, you guys know, I love coffee from Dunkin', Starbucks, all the places. But I love even more making it at home because it's so much easier. And over the years, because I've had it for now like 4 or 5 years, it has saved me so much money from going places like that because I can make my own iced coffee. Hey, Rhonda, I'm so glad you're here, you guys. It's Rhonda Mobley from the 143 Vinyl Group. I'm so glad you're here. Oh, Kayla says that the Ninja was $149 at Target. Okay, well, maybe it's gone up a little bit. When I bought it like 4 or 5 years ago, it was brand new, and it was only like $99. Yeah. Okay, you twisted my arm. No, you really didn't, but I'll tell you. What I'm going to do to this back wall is, you guys, are you ready for this? Except I have to cough. Hold on. Sorry. Let me put you guys down this way real quick so you don't have to watch me do this. I have got to clear my nose. Oh, sinuses are a pain, you guys. Okay. All better. Okay. So what I'm about to do is I'm going to put white leopard print StarCraft SD removable vinyl along the whole back wall of this craft space. And I'm so excited. And then after that, I'm going to add some big giant paper flowers and like some kind of arrangement back here. I haven't quite figured that out, like what arrangement I want to do just yet. So I'm going to do that. And I'm thinking about adding some other pieces as well. I haven't decided, like maybe some macrame, like wall hangings. There's a girl on Instagram that makes really cute, like yarn wrapped, almost like macrame kind of rainbow earrings. And I thought about reaching out to her to see if she could do a big rainbow for me. Because you guys know I have the rainbow neon light over there, and I love like the abstract rainbows. So that's super, super fun. Well, you know what? I don't know if you say your name. Okay, AKA Shay. Can I call you Shay? Does that work? Shay, I thought about doing my logo, but here's the problem. Depending on what camera you use, sometimes the camera mirrors the way that things are shown. So if I put anything like text on this back wall, depending on the camera I use, it may look backwards to you. And I thought that might be really confusing. So I just wanted to do like a pattern so that I can just basically do it in pieces all the way across, if that makes sense. I hope it will look good. Yes, I hope so too. I hope so too. Yes, Megan, I will definitely do a video of doing that. Plus, I will probably have to drink a lot and maybe have a nervous breakdown or two, because that's honestly a little bit insane. I measured it, and it's going to be 60 feet of vinyl because I have to go all the way from that corner over to my heat press table, basically. So, yeah. But I think it's going to be so fun and so worth it. So, yeah, if you guys want to see... Okay, good. I'll call you Shay because I can pronounce that. I don't want to take a shot at the first name you have on there, and I don't want to say your name wrong. Yeah, someone wanted to know if I could show you how big my craft room is. Yeah, I can do that. Let me take off my microphone, so I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to hear me. I'm going to go over to this camera real quick, and I'll just spin you around, okay? So give me a hot second. Like I said, I'm really sorry if you can't hear me because I have to take my microphone unplugged from my iPad in order to take you over there. I got to get this sound situation figured out, my friends. I don't know what that's going to take. That's right, Mia. Made with love. That's exactly right. Okay, I'm going to unplug y'all. I'm going to go over to the camera and spin you around. I'll show you what it's looking like in here. Ugh. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know. I'm going to be moving around a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to loosen you here on my tripod. So this is my filming table. Over here, this is my epoxy cabinet where all my glitter is stored up there. Those are my cup turners, and then I've got some other stuff stored in the cabinets down there. I'll try not to make y'all sick by spinning you really fast. Right now, it's crazy, but that is my heat press table. So my heat press is still in the other room from the craft room redo, but that's where like my mug press sits, my easy press, and my heat press. I also keep a bunch of stuff stored under there. This is all of my heat transfer vinyl stored. And if you guys want to make a vinyl rack like this, my husband built both of these vinyl racks for me. And I have a tutorial on YouTube on how you can make those yourself. And then over here is like my multimedia cabinet and all of that stuff. That's a lot of my technology stuff. And that stuff is mostly like projects I'm working on right in the moment. And then I have these IKEA Calyx cubes that store a lot of my craft supplies. And then that over there is my desk. So that's where I sit and work. It's made out of an IKEA tabletop and some cube organizers on the side. So I have lots of space. So, and then over there, there's a window. So I won't spin you guys around too fast. But I hope that was a quick mini tour. And then I'll be more specific when I do the tour for next week, okay? But I hope that helps. Get you guys secured back there. All right. Now I can go back to seeing your comments here in just a second. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, so that's the quick tour, but I'll give you guys a more specific one next week. I'll show you some organization things that I've done that have been really, really fun. I was able to, since I had to take everything out of this room, I sort of took the opportunity guys some new updates on the on like the way that I organize and some new stuff I bought to try and get things in order, and I'll try to clean it up by next week because I need to get it done anyway. So Laura says, is the macrame the twistery? No, actually the girl that I'm thinking of, her Instagram handle is Tutu Designs company, and her stuff is so cute. I had these rainbow earrings from her that I am literally in love with, and I wonder if she could make me like a big rainbow. You know what I mean? Like a big rainbow like this with like some stringy things hanging down. I think it would be so cool. And I think, so here's the key. When it comes to sound, the thing that you need to keep in mind is that it has to be soft stuff to absorb the sound, because all these hard surfaces just reflect it all the time. So the reason I thought like a big macrame would work really well on this wall is because adding vinyl is a good start, and I think the paper flowers will help absorb the sound. But if I only just put vinyl on the wall, I don't think that's going to help with sound absorption. Do you know what I mean? Oh, good, Chandra, you're back. I'm so glad. Angie said, can you come redo my room? It's a hot mess. Listen, I was a hot mess getting ready for the redo, and it was fun, and I'm so glad it's over. But I had really amazing family that helped us with this. My mom is a really great painter, and she's the one who painted this room in the first couple of days of the redo. And then my husband and my father-in-law are the ones who came in and did all the flooring. So it was definitely a family, it was a family ordeal to get all this done, though it was very fun. Thank you guys. And someone asked about the size of the room. I'm glad you're here, Shonda. The size of the room, let's see. We measured it. I want to say it's 20 feet by 15 feet this way, I think. 15 by 20 or something like that, or like 13 by 20. I can't remember when we measured it for all the flooring, but it's a very big room. It's basically the room over top of our garage. So I have lots of space up here, and I'm super blessed that it's that it would work. So yeah, so this is my craft space. I've worked super hard. Oh, hey, there's my mom. Roxanne Pilcher is the one who painted the room. She says she loves her craft. Yeah, I appreciate you, Mom, because you're the one who painted it. It was a whole family affair. So anyway, okay, that's enough about my craft room, but thank you guys for being excited and interested. I posted a ton about it, so I didn't know if you guys were over it yet, because I posted about it like every single day. I've talked about it like to death, so I didn't know if y'all were like, okay, Alex, move right along. But I'll show you some more specific organization things that I found out, or things that I've discovered that have worked really well for me, because I don't know about you guys, but when I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with this room, it literally boggled my mind. I had no idea what I wanted to do, and I couldn't figure it out. And because, you know, like everybody else, I started trying to figure it out when I was home on lockdown during the pandemic. So I didn't have access to everything I would normally have access to. There were really long waits for everything, and it was a mess. So it took a really long time to get there. But, you know, that's okay, because now it's even sweeter that it's all done. Shonda said, is it a building or a room? Yeah. So Shonda, this is a bedroom just in my house. It's upstairs in my house. One of the bedrooms that we basically, when we bought our house, we knew that we either wanted 3 bedrooms and a basement or a 4th bedroom, because I knew this was going to be something I wanted to pursue. So I knew that I needed a separate room for a craft room. And I basically kind of picked that, like when we walked through this house, first of all, now we're on a rant about how I picked my house. You know, how do we get there? But basically, I saw these pictures online of this house, and I knew this was the one. Like, I accidentally found it because I typed in an address wrong of the house I was trying to find on Zillow, and I literally stumbled across this house, which was a mile from where we lived before. And I saw the pictures, and I was like, this is my house. Like, I'm done. Like, this is it. This is the one. So I called my realtor, freaking out. Like, I need to see this house right now. And so we got in the next morning, and we put in an offer 3 hours later. I was absolutely obsessed with this house from the very beginning. And as soon as I walked into this room, I was like, vaulted ceilings, cute color, because at the time it was like a light purple. And I was like, yep, this is it. So, yeah. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you guys. And thanks for saying hi to my mom. She's the best. Oh, thank you, Kayla. Kayla got to come and craft with me a couple weeks ago, you guys. She actually got to stop here and craft, and it was so much fun. We did a lot more talking than we did crafting. I know you guys are shocked by that, but it was a lot of fun. And she came the last day before we did all this craziness. I kept my craft room intact for one more day so that we could have some fun. So that was super fun. Okay, so let's do the screen printing, huh? All right, I'm going to flip you guys back to my overhead camera. Let's do this thing. All right, so we've got all of our tape, and this is all on the back of the screen. So I've heard different theories about taping on the front or the back of the screen. I don't really know what the right answer is. So today we're taped on the back. I don't know what the right answer is as far as taping on the front or the back. I think the back makes the most sense because I feel like it's more protected on the back so that your squeegee doesn't mess up, run against the tape and mess it up. But I don't know if that's the right answer or not. So we just kind of make it up as we go. So the only tricky part about doing this on the back is that now that I flipped it over, I can't exactly see through the screen to line up my shirt. Do you know what I mean? So that can be a little bit complicated, which is another reason why sometimes placing the design on the shirt and then taping on the front makes it easier because you can keep the screen in place before you tape. Are you guys tracking with me? I know that was kind of a confusing explanation, but there's a lot of different ways that people do it. I've just honestly, guys, I've kind of experimented as I've gotten better with screen printing. I've just tried new things that I thought would work and just saw how it went, So I'm going to move this around, and I've already got this much space. So it looks a little crooked to you guys, but in person, there we go. It looks pretty straight to me. The other tricky thing about it is it's not like you can hold it up. Like with HTV, you can stick it on the shirt and you can hold up the shirt to see if it looks good. You can't do that with screen printing, and that is probably one of the things that I have the hardest time with. But I have a tip for you guys. If you're short like me, I always like to stand up and look over top of my design. That makes it a lot easier for me to line things up. Obviously, it's just a personal preference thing, really, but that really, really helps me. And I always get a better print whenever I'm using a bigger squeegee. That's why I like this big one. I think this is a 12-inch squeegee. I'm pretty sure because this is a 12-inch by 18-inch screen. So just as like a, I don't know, a scope thing, that's my preferred size. The 10 by 14 is a little bit more typical size, but I find that I like to make my designs 10 inches across. And so the 10 by 14-inch screen, I always have to turn it sideways, if that makes sense, whenever you're using large shirts. But if you're doing smaller designs and like kid designs, the 10 by 14 screen would be fine. That's true. Kayla said with the sticker trick, you can put one on top the shirt and one on top the frame and then line them up. That's true, Kayla. You won't always be able to see though, so you'll just have to guess. So to me, that's probably kind of the same as just guessing where the placement is, if that makes sense. Oh, thank you, Martha. I'm so glad you love it. You guys, you don't even know. I went through, so my business coach is the same person who designed my logo because she's also a brand designer, and she did an amazing job of pegging DIY Alex for everything that the brand is, and it just looks absolutely beautiful. So I'm super glad that we worked together, and if you guys are interested in investing in something like that, I'd be happy to talk to you about what I worked with Hannah, because we did like an intensive 5-week session figuring out who I am, who my business is, and where it's going so that we could make a logo that's going to last a really, really long time. So it's a really, really good experience. All right, guys, I think this is probably as good as this is going to get. My logo is a little low, I think, so I'm going to move it up a little from the typical 3-inch rule. Sorry, you're going to have to see my head. I think that looks like about 3 inches. I think that's pretty close. Okay, and I'm going to tilt my screen just a little bit. I think that looks pretty straight. So, yeah, Shauna said, got to have that coffee again. So good question, Megan. So next what I'm going to do, I like to use, hold on, let me grab my little basket. I'll show you guys. So I have one of these little pantry baskets from Walmart. I think they're like 3 for $1 or something like that. And this is when I put my squeegee and my spoon in, because it's really, honestly, this part's pretty messy. So you want to make sure that, thanks, Mom. Yes, my logo is so me. So that's what I keep this little basket for, so I can put all my yucky ink in there, as you guys can see. And my squeegee is going to be too big for it, but I'm going to use a spoon to get the ink out of, I'm going to walk you through what I'm going to do and then I'll do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the ink out of the jar and then put a good thick line up above the logo, and then I'm going to take my squeegee and I'm going to drag it all down like this, make a couple of passes, and then that's it. So it's different from stenciling because it's much more even this way. I know a lot of people think that you just use paint, which you don't. This is screen printing ink. And this is fabric ink, by the way. Speedball does have multiple types of ink, and some of them are acrylic, which are made for hard surfaces like wood, cardboard, things like that. You want the opaque fabric ink in order to use them on your shirts. So, Shonda, we're going with gold. We're going with gold. Sorry, Kayla. She disagrees with me, but that's okay because that's what we're doing. I think it's going to look really cute. So yeah, that's the process of screen printing. It is different from stenciling. It's not the same thing. And the reason for that is because screen printing is a lot more even. Now, another thing that you want to make that I need to distinguish for you guys. There are multiple types of screen printing. Really, there are two main ones. There is plastisol ink screen printing and water-based ink screen printing. And what we are doing is we are using water-based ink and vinyl to screen print. That is different than plastisol screen printing. Plastisol screen printing involves things like burning your screens. You'll hear a lot of other really complicated terminology. And what the professionals use in like a screen printing shop is plastisol screen printing ink. So it's a totally different process for the most part. So just in case you guys hear any more about screen printing, hey, Mackenzie, I'm so glad you're here. So if you guys see other things about screen printing on the internet, just so you know, those are not the same thing. This is totally something you can do in your business. I didn't mean to say professional as in if you have a business, you can't do this, because you totally can. But when you think of like a screen printing shop, this is not the type of screen printing that they do. This is a lot simpler, if that all makes sense. So anyway, let's do this thing, okay? So I like to shake up my ink a little bit because like anything else, you know, sometimes it just gets a little bit separated. And I'm going to put the, if I can get it open, I'm going to put the lid aside. There we go. And I've got little curlies coming off of my, coming off my jar. Okay, so I'm going to set this lid over here so I don't mess it up. And then I'm going to take my spoon and stir up my ink. And the other thing is you can always reuse your ink. So I typically don't do this because I'm in a hurry from like showing you guys, so I don't always put my ink back. But the nice thing is you can always put your ink back into your jar after you're done. So you don't have to worry about wasting a bunch of ink whenever you're doing this project. So I'm just going to put a good thick line here at the top like this. I'm going to put it all the way across, and I just want to make sure that my ink goes out past where I'm printing. That way the squeegee doesn't kind of run out of ink. And if it does, we can still fix it. But it's just easier to do it from the very beginning. Okay? So I'm going to put my spoon in my basket off to the side and put the lid back on my jar, and then we'll print this. No, Shonda, I live in Louisville, Kentucky, if you're asking me. Yep, I live in Louisville, Kentucky. Okay, so I'm going to take my squeegee. I'm going to hold down on the side of my screen just to hold it steady. And I'm just going to try to make a couple of passes, like no more than 2 or 3, to make this an even print. So we're going to go like this. And I'm going to use medium pressure, so not crazy high pressure, but not crazy low either. We're going to do that. And then we're going to take one, maybe 2 more passes. I want to make sure that bottom one gets enough. So I'm going to pull some ink off of there. We'll do 1 more pass and then we're all done with the printing part. And I'll talk you guys through what to do next here in just a minute. Okay, so we're going to take 1 more medium pressure pass. And that's it. So I'm going to set this aside, And we'll go ahead and lift up the screen and see what it looks like. Actually, hold on. Okay, so I also keep a towel out constantly, and that's what I like to put my squeegee on because this is such a big squeegee. I don't want it to get ink all over the place. And then I guess I'll put a little bit of ink back in my jar because I have a fair amount left. Well, yeah, we can still do it. All right, so I'm going to take my towel. I know you guys are going to have trouble seeing this, and I'm sorry. It's over off to the side. I'm going to use my spoon and put back any leftover ink. And that's what I mean. This is just not a very wasteful craft other than the sheet of vinyl because you really don't use a lot of ink at all. I've been screen printing for like 2 years consistently, and I really don't go through a whole lot of ink. Okay, so that's as good as that's going to get. I'm going to put the lid back on my jar and set my towel aside, and then we'll pick up the screen. Okay, ready? You guys ready for this reveal? Oh cool, Megan. So it kind of sticks to the shirt, and that's okay. Oh, darn it. Okay. So the logo looks really good. It stands out really well, but I've got a whole line of ink down there. So I'm going to go get a washcloth, and I'll show you guys how I dab it because this happened in real time. So it looks like my vinyl didn't quite go to the bottom. So that's why I got this line here. And we'll fix it together. If I can get my microphone away. Hang tight, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. Let me dry this off, and I'll put it back in my iPad so y'all can hear me a lot better. Okay. And the soap has already kind of absorbed in there, but I literally just put hand soap on it, and I'm just gonna dab at this line down here, which is where I don't want this ink. So it's not a perfect science, but it's just like anything else, you know? Just like getting a stain out. You want to get it as quickly as you can. So let me walk you guys through the process while I'm talking about it. So what's going to happen is I'm going to have to let this dry. I don't know, maybe an hour or so. If you don't use super thick ink, it dries pretty fast. But if you have a real thick coat, sometimes you have to wait a little bit longer. You can move it along with your heat gun if you can. But once it's completely dry, then you need to heat set it using a heat press, an iron, or an easy press before you wash it, okay? And the way that you're going to heat set it, if you have heat control using your easy press or your heat press, you're going to heat set it at 320 degrees for 40 seconds, which seems like a long time. I know, but it's not. And then after that, this ink is completely permanent. It's just as permanent as using HTV. So it's super durable. People always ask me, and I do have a video on my channel also comparing screen printing to HTV. In my opinion, from what my clothes have shown, it's just as durable as HTV. So it's really, really great. Honestly, I love screen printing. I think it's super effective. And I think it's a really, really great craft. It's a really fun one. But these one color designs are a whole lot easier. So I'm just going to keep dabbing at it. And I think I've gotten it pretty well. I'll keep this washcloth aside in case I need to do it again. But so once it dries and it becomes heat set, that's when it becomes permanent. So if you have something like this happen to you, you just want to make sure that you get it off before the ink dries and before you heat set it. So if you don't like the way it looks, don't heat set it just yet. Try and get it out again before you heat set, because once you heat set, it's on, baby. It's on like Donkey Kong. It ain't coming off. So see, it's dark right now, but I think it's going to be fine. So yeah, it turned out really good. Kayla says the gold does look good. Well, the funny thing about it, Kayla, is there is no, you guys know that, there's no right answer. I'm going to put you guys up to my face for a second because you've been looking at the shirt for a long time. There's no right answer to this, guys. You can do it any way that you want and they would all look good. And y'all know that. Oh, Lynn said she saw a spot I kept missing and it was just a spot on her screen. That's hilarious, Lynn. Shauna said she still prefers white, but the gold looks awesome. Well, thank you guys. Yeah, let me know if you guys try screen printing. It's super fun. And Kayla just dropped the link for my Amazon store. So make sure that you guys, if you want to go see all the equipment I use, all of that is in my Amazon store. I have multiple sizes and stuff like that though. So if you have any questions, let me know. What did Kathy say? Kathy said, I can't believe I caught you live. I love that you're doing screen printing. I'm just joining in from Lexington. Kathy, that's so cool. I don't know if you know, I live in Louisville. Specifically, I live in Shelbyville. So I'm not that far from you at all. How cool. That's awesome, guys. Well, I'm so glad that you love it, and I hope that it all makes sense. So, Kathy, this is my new sub logo. So the title of this video is the logo launch party, which we're going to have next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure that you join us. This is one of my new logos, and I'm also doing a huge giveaway to go along with the logo launch party. So make sure that you enter that giveaway by next Tuesday at 5 p.m. and then the logo launch party is at 8 p.m. Okay, friends, well, I think we got it out. What do you guys think? We're going to hope and pray for the best because I really need to go and wash my screen. So I'll show you one last look. Here's what it looks like. It looks a little bit brighter on the camera than it does in person, but it still looks really, really good, I think. I really love that. I really love the way that that turned out. So you guys, if you want to enter the giveaway, make sure that you do so in the pinned comment there by Kayla Norton. The Rafflecopter link is where you're going to enter. You want to enter by Tuesday, May 11th at 5 p.m. Eastern time. And then also on Tuesday, May 11th at 8 p.m. Eastern time, join me right back here on YouTube. We're going to do a live logo launch party. It's going to be so much fun. I'm going to be showing you my new logos. I'm going to be announcing the winners of the giveaway. And I'm going to be probably having a drink and making some kind of craft. I haven't figured out what we're going to do yet, but it'll be a lot of fun. We talked about doing a craft room tour during that. So it's just going to be a really good time. And I really, really hope that you'll join us. And if you haven't already, make sure that you click the big subscribe button so that you subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you get notified every single time I put out a new video. And if you want to be sure to get notifications, you can hit the bell icon and then make sure that the notifications on your device for YouTube are turned on. And then that way, every time I post a new video, you guys will get notified through YouTube also. Sherry said, I think you need to make one for all of us. So, Sherry, it's funny you say that. I did think about giving away some like DIY Alex merch that I made, but the problem is with different t-shirt sizes and all that stuff, and I don't know if you guys know this, in real life, I'm super slow getting crafts done. Like, I do not get them done quickly because I wait for inspiration to strike. So, I figured it would be a really, really long time before I got that stuff done. So I thought about giving you guys the SVG if you want to make your own DIY Alex merch. Or I've also thought about making some that you guys can buy. So I don't know if we'll do that. But anyways, yes. So I have lots of information about screen printing on my YouTube channel. I'll be sure to post this picture when I heat set it and it looks all done. Shonda says she has a question. Yes, Shonda. Ask me real quick because then I gotta roll. I gotta go rinse off my screen printing screen before this dries on my screen for too long. Let me know, girlfriend. Otherwise, you may have to message me on social media. So what I like to do while you guys are here, I like to keep this basket with all of like my stuff that I need to wash off. That way I don't get ink all over the place. Yeah, Sherry, if you want to send me a shirt. Oh, you guys, I've never said this on the internet before, but I just got a DIY Alex address. So if you guys want to send me anything, not that you necessarily need or want to send me anything, but if you ever have a request to send me something, I have an address that I can give you now. Yeah, you guys, so you would be interested in buying it? Well, then I had this whole existential crisis about, like, because I'm a crafter, I have, like, obviously it makes sense for me to make the merch that I sell, but also I'm only one person, and that seems like it would be a lot of it'd be very complicated. So I thought about just getting something you guys can just buy, or giving you guys the SVG, and you guys can make your own merch on whatever shirts you want. You can screen print it, use HTV, whatever you think. Yeah, Shonda, sure. What kind of ink do you use? So this is, I'll put you guys overhead real quick. I'll show it to you. This is Speedball water-based screen printing ink. If you want to go check out my Amazon store, Shonda, I have a whole list of everything that I use. It's all stuff that I've actually ordered myself from Amazon. So you want the opaque fabric ink. And this is water-based Speedball screen printing ink. You can also find, I have several tutorials of this on my channel that are much more edited and much shorter. So you don't have to worry about catching all this information. You can also always go back and watch the replay, okay? So don't feel like you need to see and understand everything right in this moment. But you guys, this was so much fun. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I absolutely loved it. I miss you guys, and I'm definitely going to be back soon. So don't forget to enter the giveaway, and I will see you guys next Tuesday, May 11th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for the logo launch party. Love you guys.